Police reform laws in Virginia have led to more officers being decertified. This means they are no longer allowed to work in law enforcement in the state. After the death of George Floyd, lawmakers expanded the list of reasons officers could be kicked off the force. Brian Farrell explains the impact of the change.
2 years ago, officers only could be decertified if they tested positive for drugs, were convicted of certain crimes, or failed to complete mandatory training. A law went into effect this time last year that added to the list of reasons why officers could be pulled from the job. It also added new reporting requirements. In just 1 year's time, those changes led to 68 police officers, jail officers, and sheriff's deputies losing certification for a range of misconduct and criminal offenses. The Virginia Department of Criminal Justice Services says the offenses include shoplifting, driving under the influence, sexual harassment, and possession and receipt of child pornography. Most frequently, officers were decertified for lying. In the past year, more than 24 officers were let go for lying. Most of that took place during internal affairs investigations. In fact, 4 Chesapeake police officers were decertified for lying during internal affairs investigations back in September. Police Chief Kelvin Wright told the Associated Press, quote, "The expectations are that police officers are telling the truth." He went on to say, "If we want to build trusts, we have to be truthful." The law requires the chief of police to notify the state within 48 hours of any employee resignation or firing that takes place if that person likely would be found guilty of an offense that could lead to decertification. For 13 News Now, I'm Brian Farrell.
Law enforcement agencies also are required to share personnel files to prevent officers who commit misconduct from being hired by other police departments. Before the law was expanded, a total of 83 officers in Virginia had been decertified between 1999 and March of 2021.